Hey everyone, I just came across a video that some, if not all of you, have been expecting to see. However, some of you may have hoped it was years in coming. Check it out. Now, I'm not going to play the video as the headline says it all. Obama has in fact declared the need for an anti-extremist summit next month. And for students of prophecy, there's no need to explain prophetic fulfillment, as it is exactly what we've been waiting for. Now, as we know, the Vatican-authored Koran is chock full of anti-Christian hatred. As we also know, the media, the politicians, and even the church leaders claim the Koran has love in it, as well as only Muslim extremists act out on what's written in it out of context. Now, even though we have seen 200,000 Christians being killed each year for decades, by Muslims, no talk of an extremist summit is ever brought forth until atheists, who attack all forms of religion, including Christians, are slaughtered by Muslims. And yes, that magazine did in fact publish many blasphemous and vulgar drawings about Jesus Christ over the years, many more than they did against Muhammad, in fact. Yet, only now do we see an extremist summit. So, again, Muslims have been killing Christians all over the world. Prophecy says the obedient Christians will not only be hated in these last days, it says they will be targeted. I just posted an article on the site today. Yeah, right here, the first one. Prophecy in the News. This article has comments from the Pope himself in regards to what he calls deviant forms of religion. And of course, he's commenting on this in regards to the Paris attack, but he was not commenting in a way you would expect a Christian to comment. His definition of a deviant religion is the Bible's actual definition of a true religion. In fact, Roman Catholicism is without a doubt the most deviant form of religion on earth, with over 86% of its doctrines and rituals adopted from paganism. And they admit this in writing many times. But that's a whole nother video. Watching the mainstream media, or watching all the politicians, or watching all the church leaders of late, we can clearly see now that the obedient Christians are already being called haters and extremists because we do not declare Allah is God, or we don't declare homosexual marriage is okay, or we don't even declare that Hollywood is an acceptable form of entertainment, just to name a few. When this long prophesied extremist agenda of Rome is put in place by Obama and has international law behind it, and it will be put in place, we will see the already increased hatred of true biblical Christians grow off the chart, just as Rome plans. Now, compile that with all the violence in society due to Hollywood movies, video games, music, and the recent video I did about pastors having cage matches, fighting and getting some of their church members to beat each other bloody. We're going to see the perfect storm of hatred and bloodthirstiness brew like a firestorm all around the world, just as you saw before the flood of Noah. And then, of course, the calamities are going to increase as well. But there is good news, in a bittersweet sort of way. When the loud cry grows to a global swell, you will see many souls who are tired of all this apostasy and hypocrisy of their church leaders coming into agreement with the truth we proclaim. That agreement will then cause them to leave their obviously corrupt churches to become that prophesied bride of Christ they hoped to become all their lives. And then you will see firsthand as to why the Pope's extremist agenda, fostered by his Muslim puppet in the Oval Office, was put into law. When it is used in conjunction with a call to arms of all the 501c3 government-approved pastors who don't appreciate their pews being emptied by the truth we preach, they will declare that the increased calamities will be the fault of those obedient Christians. And just as that Presbyterian minister claimed back in 2005, when he said the so-called Christmas tsunami that killed so many people was the end result of people breaking the Roman Catholic Sunday Sabbath. Laws will then be passed to try and force the so-called extremist Christians who keep the true Sabbath of the Creator to attend church on Sunday. They will prevent us from buying and selling in the hopes of lowering our numbers, and yeah, the numbers will go down somewhat, but after a period of time, those that kept the faith will be sentenced to death at the hands of those that have been conditioned into a prophesied bloodthirsty mindset by their favored form of entertainment. And they will wonder in perfect obedience after the beast in Rome to rise up and kill the bride of Christ. However, it is then you will see the true and prophesied wrath of God come forth. For it was expected of them to follow the beast, and it was declared back in Psalm 119, verse 126, that it is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Thank you for watching. God bless.